All righty. All righty. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go dive into everything here. Make sure we're rocking and rolling. Going to be doing the webinar post for tonight, my friends. So get ready for that. Okay, there we go. Got it up on the phone, rocking and rolling. As usual, everyone tags, push notifications, all that sort of fun stuff. But man, got something good for you today. I got something good for you today. I'm going to share some goodness with you as usual here, but also we're going to do some activities. We're going to do some work. We're going to put butts in seats for tonight's webinar. So obviously that's pretty important right there. So we got to make sure that we're doing that. We're getting butts in seats because if we don't have butts in seats, we're not closing sales for you. So plain and simple, you know, got to show up. We got to do the work. Okay. Let's see. Show up live and do the work. Boom, 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 boom. Live now. All right. Push notification headed out your way right now. You guys should have that momentarily. So when you guys get the push notification on your Celtrons, on your electronic devices, comment the word push. Going to do the everyone tag now. So you guys see that here on Facebook as well. See those, Facebook notifications. So comment the word tag once you see that in your Facebook notifications. Join us live now. Bam, boom. Awesome stuff right there, my friends. So, we had a good day yesterday. A lot of sales came in yesterday, my friends. A lot of sales came in. And 100% want to shout out some people that have not made sales yet, have not made sales ever. And it's just absolutely awesome to see. So far for the week, again, it is a Tuesday morning. 196 sales for the week so far. Out freaking standing, my friends. Out freaking standing. 196 sales for the week so far. Cheers to that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a good cup of Good Morning America. You guys are having a good week so far. I know here in Myrtle Beach, the weather is finally starting to warm up. We were in that little cold spell for about a week or so, and now the weather is finally starting to warm back up, which is good, which is really, really good because I like the warm weather myself. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, obviously, we got to do the work, guys. We got to put butts in seats for tonight because plain and simple, and this goes right into the webinar that we have tonight, right into the slides, something that I talk about during the webinar, something that I'm going to be talking about tonight. And it really comes down to two very specific things. And again, this is in the slides. This is what I'm going to be sharing with all of your leads. Like I kind of asked the question on the webinar. I'm going to be asking the question tonight. Why does our system work so well? Like, why does what we do work well? And why does it work so well compared to so many other things that are out there? Okay. So I want you guys to think about that for a second. I want you guys to think about like where you're at, what you have at your fingertips, what you guys have at your disposal, like literally everything that you actually do have at your fingertips. And if you truly like really dove into the team training site and really started diving into all of the training that's in there, I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, more training than you could ever get with any other system. It's all yours free. There's additional courses in there, YouTube University, Social Mastery Blueprint, Scalability Pro. There's bonus things that go off to YouTube playlists where it takes you through mindset mastery and it's just so many other things when you think about the value that you actually have. So, when we talk about why does what we do work really well? So I asked that specific question. Why does our methods and system work so well? That's what I'm going to be asking tonight. And we'll see what certain people respond. But that's one of the questions that's in the slides. But I want you to think about that. The reason why I'm bringing this up right now is I want you to think about that. Why, 196 sales so far for the week, and it's only a Tuesday. Like, why is that working so well for so many people? When, some of you guys, and myself included, have been part of other systems before, and, you see people just struggle. They struggle and they struggle. So why does what we do, why does that work so well? Well, It really comes down to two specific things. Number one, we use methods that work right now. We teach, train, show, and educate on methods that work really well right now. Not methods that worked 10 years ago, not methods that worked 5 years ago, not something that, when the internet first came around and people were doing this. Like, no, we teach methods that work right now. So that's part of it. And I want you guys to think about something too, is there's other influencers out there. There's other, content creators out there. There's other affiliate network digital marketers out there. And they can go and be super mega huge top recruiters. They can go and they can bring in 100 sales in a week or 100 sales in a month, and they can crank in sales. But you have to ask yourself this: is what they are doing, is it duplicatable? Can the average everyday person do it? So when you see certain people out there, and I'm not going to point fingers, but and it's just, I'm kind of generalizing across all genres here. It's not, I'm not saying in my econ, or I'm not saying in any one specific opportunity. I'm just saying, videos that I've seen over the years, you see these certain marketers and they're killer at editing videos, and they shoot these videos with all this great B-roll, and they're on the beach and they're driving the Lambos and they're in front of mansions, and a lot of that stuff's rented, by the way. And all their videos look fantastic, and they're pumping in sales because, they're great at certain things. But is that duplicatable? Can the average person do what they do? You got to ask yourself that. So with the funnel team and what we do and how we do it, everything that we do, our entire system is designed for the brand new person just starting out. And you guys hear us say this phrase all the time. Everyone starts at zero. It's up to you if you want to stay there. So we've created and crafted a system that teaches people from zero, so you can build and grow and develop. And what I'm talking about right now is going to tie heavily into what I'm going to talk about at the tail end of today, which is after we go do the actual income producing activity to put butts in seats for tonight. I want to share a story that's going to tie directly into what I just said. Okay. So one thing that we have is methods that work right now. The other thing that we have is irresistible value, which we show and we document on the webinar. We're going to document that tonight. True irresistible value, over 10,000, a documented, and you guys should be using this in your content, a documented $10,000 in value that's yours or to your lead, absolutely free. Just for activating your commissions, just for signing up, just for getting started. And for less than $10, you get over $10,000 in free value. You get a $10,000 system. There is no better value in marketing right now. So the two things that make us unique, that make us different, and yes, you can put this into your content. Please utilize the stuff that we talk about here, guys, on these lives and these trainings. Please use this stuff in your marketing. Use this stuff in your content. Two things that make us unique and different: methods that work right now and 100% irresistible value. Who else out there online right now has a documented system valued at over $10,000 and you can get started for $9.95? Where else does that exist online right now? Somebody tell me. Someone show it to me, because I have not seen it, and I can just tell you, shooting from straight from the hip, it does not exist. So there is no better value in online marketing right now than what we have. So use those two things to your advantage. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go do the actual work. So you guys can do it along with me here. We're going to go do the post. I just dropped a post right here in the group that we're going to utilize, and we're going to go do the work. We're going to go put some butts in seats for tonight so we can close some sales for you. Okay. Love me some coffee in the morning. All right, so let's get busy. Let's go do the work, okay? Now, let me shift this camera over here. And then after that, I want to tell you guys a story that I think you guys need to hear because it really helped me and it continues to help me to this day. And like I said, it ties directly into, it ties directly into what I was sharing with you earlier, methods, things that are working right now and what we have to offer. It's going to tie directly into that. So I'm going to go here into the Facebook group, and you guys could see here earlier, I just put this post in here. Okay, you guys can see this is one of the slides. I took this out of one of the slides for tonight, so you guys can see it right there. So I'm going to go grab that. And of course, now my photo is going to get all blurry and whatnot here. So I'm going to open this up, and then we're going to grab the info from this post. Okay, I'm going to go grab that right now, and I'm going to do the work. All you guys need to do is literally do the work right alongside me so we can all get out there today. We can all get out there right now and be posting and getting people interested in tonight's webinar. So I'm going to grab specifically what I want. Now, I want where it says limited chance down. That's what you want, limited chance down. So make sure you guys read the post. You guys have that information. And then as usual, I'm going to come over here. Make sure you guys set it to public. Okay, as always, set your post to public, not friends, not private, none of that. So I'm going to paste the text in there. And I didn't want to copy for some reason. Let me just make sure I can get this in here. There it is. Okay. Now I need the photo. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the Photorama. All right. Let's see. Where'd I go? Man, I had to go back. Come on now. There it is. Now I'm going to come back to my post here. And I'm going to put this in here just like that. Boom. So as usual, when you go to copy it over, sometimes when you copy it over, you guys can see it's all jumbled. See that, how it's all jumbled right there? All the lines are kind of just squished together. We want to space that out, okay? We definitely want to space that out. So I'm going to space it out and then show you guys what that looks like. So that way it's just going to be a little bit cleaner, all right? It's going to be a little bit cleaner. It's just going to look a little bit better when you post it, okay? Let's see. How do I want to space this out? I'm going to do that. Just for activating your cache, we have to proof it works. And boom. Document actually works today. Okay. So nothing too crazy. So now that we've spaced it out, now you can see that it just looks a little bit better. Okay. Doesn't that look better? I would say that looks better right there. Okay. So limited chance tonight. Boom, boom, boom. And of course, what am I covering? What am I covering in this post right here? What is the verbiage and the language that I'm using here in this post? I'm talking about those two specific things, okay? Methods that work, irresistible value. And it says it right in here, okay? So literally, we have the proof it works. It's only $9.95 to activate, over $10,000 in value. Literally what I just said, okay? So we're going to post that, all right? And again, don't forget, make sure that it's public. Okay, I'm going to post it. And then as usual, before we wrap up, once it gets posted, all right, so just follow along, literally do exactly as I'm doing. You guys should be doing this every Tuesday, maybe even every Monday and Tuesday, okay? So we're going to like the post. Make sure that you like your own post. I know that might sound weird, but it does help the engagement a little bit, does help the algorithm. And then we're going to go into the comments, and we're going to do the @highlight, okay? And sometimes this pops up automatically, and sometimes it does not. But you want to hit the @highlight in there and pop that down into the comments like you can see right there, @highlight, okay? And you plop that in there. Now, once that is done, then what you're going to do is you're going to come back over to the Facebook group, all right? And then go to the actual post itself, and then you're going to comment IPA done. Income producing activities done. And I can see some of you guys already beating me to the punch. Leslie, Albert, Luckman, Jason, boom, you guys are on it. On it. So I'm going to go here in the comments. I'm going to put IPA done. I'm going to hold myself accountable to me and to you that I'm out here doing the work with you guys. And that's it. You put IPA done down in the comments. So go do the work, my friends. Go do the work. You guys can do it right now while we're live and do it with everybody. All right, you guys can wait till we're done. But go do the work, okay? Go do the work, all right? So there you go. There you go. Now, you got to remember, just like we've talked about so many times before, like we talked about yesterday, we should be doing everything we can to put butts in seats for tonight. So your content today, whether it be your short form videos, your posts, if you're sending emails out, should all be driven around getting butts and seats to the webinar, getting as many people to the webinar as possible. Because what do we know from documentation? Webinars close sales. Webinars close sales, period, end of story. When we do live webinars, especially right now with the massive, massive value, we're seeing lots and lots and lots of sales. We've had 2 record weeks, okay? 2 record weeks. And it's just freaking awesome. Now, the only way to do that is, again, going back to the 2 things, we use methods that work. What is one of those methods? Webinars. It's no secret. So put butts in seats. And so many of you guys, I've seen it in months past. You guys get a good amount of people to the webinar, and it's like you're closing 3, 4, 5, 10 sales in a night, all from a webinar, because they are proven. And what does the webinar also do when you put a whole bunch of butts in seats, when you get a whole bunch of people in a room, figuratively speaking? It's all social proof. There's so much, why does our results Facebook group work so well? It's social proof. Social proof. And social proof, guys, is a real thing. Everybody comment social proof right now. I want to make sure you guys are smelling what I'm stepping in here. Comment social proof. So webinars are social proof. Our other Facebook group, the results Facebook group, is social proof. When people see social proof, that's also why we use YouTube. You guys have heard me mention YouTube before. People use YouTube and they get good results from YouTube because YouTube is social proof. People see other people commenting, engaged in your content, watching your content. When you're telling people specifically in your content to do a specific thing, you give them a call to action, you give them a CTA, and they're like, oh, okay, let me go do that. And then more and more people do that. That creates social proof. When people see social proof, they are more likely to engage and more likely to get started. Period. End of story. Social proof helps you close sales. End of story. So if you're not utilizing those specific tools, those specific resources that we teach, that we train on, that we show you how to use, if you're not utilizing those tools and resources, do you really need to question why your sales would be down? Why you're not making sales? Are you utilizing the training, the tools, and the resources that we give you and show you what to do? Are you taking advantage of that? Proof is in the pudding, my friends. Proof is in the pudding. So I want to share, like I mentioned earlier, I want to share a little story that's going to tie back to what we talked about in the beginning. So I was kind of thinking this morning I was thinking of my online journey here. I was thinking of my marketing journey. And I was kind of thinking of everything that I've built over the years, everything I've accomplished over the years, everything I have yet to accomplish that I still want to accomplish, that I'm aiming for here in my business, that I'm aiming for in life. Because let's put it this way. Why do we do what we do? Why are we here? Why are you in this Facebook group right now watching this live? You're here because you're trying to achieve and accomplish specific things for you, your family, your life, right? You have goals, right? If you guys have goals, do me a favor, comment goals, okay? Comment goals. If you want to comment what your goal is, let me know. I know for me, my goal is an average of about $75,000 a month. Am I there yet? No. Am I on my way there? Am I on that pathway? Yes, 100%. But my personal goal is $75,000 a month. That is and will be an incredible life. When you're making that type of money, I don't want to say you can do whatever you want, but you can live a really cool life. You know what I mean? And you don't really have to worry too much about paying the bills and that sort of stuff. So, Celeste, thank you for commenting that. 20,000 a month. 20,000 a month was my goal many years ago when I first got started. And then I hit that. And I was like, I hit my goal. Well, now what? And I raised it higher. So, again, you got to have goals. You got to have goals. And I'll tell you one thing, if you don't have goals, you don't have them written down, you don't know what they are like right off the top of your head, just shooting it to you straight here, it's going to be very difficult to make sales. It's going to be very difficult to get results in your business if you don't have a goal, because if you don't have a goal and you don't know what you're reaching for, you don't know what you're trying to achieve, how and why would you possibly expect to achieve it if you don't know what it is? If you don't know what you're reaching for, how can you expect to get results? And I really hope that makes sense, because, you guys hear me say this all the time too. Learn to think on paper. I mean, you guys see my notebook here? It's not empty. I literally use this every single day. Learn to think on paper. So you have your goals. You write them down. You look at them every day. You make adjustments. You do whatever you got to do. But you have your goals in front of you every single day, so you know what you're reaching for. Okay? Albert being very specific. Love that. 500 team members by July 2025. Specific. Detailed. I like that. Okay? So, as I was reflecting back, remember yesterday we talked a lot about reflecting back, recycling forward, right? If you guys remember that, comment that below. Reflecting back, recycling forward. Okay. What can you do that worked well in the past that you can use and duplicate again going forward? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, my friends. Reflecting back, recycling forward. Okay. So, I was thinking back to some of the people, some of the names, some of the faces that I have met over the years in the online space. And I was thinking back to, meeting some of these people face to face and having some conversations with marketers that were, these were the people that I wanted to emulate. These are and I'm going to give you guys an incredibly, incredibly valuable piece of advice. And this is a piece of advice that was given to me many, many years ago. Okay. Never take advice from someone that doesn't have what you want. Okay. So what do I mean by that? If I'm going to sit here and give you advice and I'm going to say, hey, you guys should maybe do this. You guys should maybe work this way. You guys should, think about doing this in your business. Maybe go try this. Maybe, use this tool, use this resource, use this funnel, whatever it is. If I wasn't making sales every day, if I didn't have a 5-figure monthly income, if I had never hit the top of the leaderboards and I was just, a Joe Schmo starting out and I had never achieved results and I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together and I was poor and I was broke and I was complaining every day, should you listen to me? And the answer is no, because I don't have the results that you want. I've never achieved the results that you want. So why would you listen to someone like that? And it's really hard because sometimes that's the people around you. That's the people that are closest to you. Spouses, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, significant others, family members. And they're like, oh, don't do those things. Those things are scams. You should do this. But then when you actually look at that person, and this is where you can get really clear and you can kind of take the emotion out of it. And this is a good way to do that. When you take the emotion out of it and you look at more data and you look at black and white data, it's easier to make an informed decision. So if you have someone trying to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your business, with your life, with your finances, whatever it is, and they don't have the results that you want, why on earth would you take advice from them? And I'll give you a realistic example. My parents are retired. They have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. They have 2 homes, one down here in South Carolina, one up north in Boston, and they live very comfortably. If my parents are going to give me financial advice, I'm going to pay attention because they have what I want. They have comfort. They have money in the bank. They have multiple homes. I would listen to someone like that. Now, to flip it around, my dad, who's no longer around, if my dad were to give me financial advice, my dad, who never owned a home, always rented, barely had enough money to do anything, if my dad tried to give me financial advice, would I listen to my dad? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't make sense. And when I take the emotion out and say, yeah, I know he's my dad and like I love my dad and everything, but if I take the emotion out and I'm like, and I look at what my dad has and I look and see over the years how my dad struggled, would I say, hey, it's a smart decision to listen to him? Wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. So take the emotion out when you're having conversations when people are trying to influence you. It's pretty simple. So when I go back and I was reflecting back this morning, and I was looking at, and what I'm going to get to here right now, guys, is probably the most important part of today's live. Okay. It's probably the most important part. When I look at the multiple people that I've personally met, not just over the phone, not just on a Zoom, I'm talking literally in person. People, marketers that were making crazy amounts of money. I met with people that made $15,000 to $20,000 a month. I personally met people that made $45,000 to $50,000, $60,000 per month. And then I've personally met and talked to and hung out with on multiple occasions people that were making over $400,000 a month. So I want to say that again so you can hear it. I've literally had lunches and dinners and hung out in homes with people that were making over $400,000 a month. So as I was reflecting back this morning, I was looking for what are some commonalities, what are some common denominators that all of these people had, because I thought of 3 people off the bat. I thought of 3 people, and they all marketed a little bit different. They all conducted their business a little bit different. They all taught and trained and duplicated a little bit different. But what specifically do they all have in common? They all have success. They all do this full time. They all are making multiple 5 figures per month, some of them 6 figures per month. But what specifically do they have in common that I could take and be like, I kind of get it. I see the common denominator with those people. And again, these are real people getting real results. And these are people that, yes, I will take advice from because they have what I want. They have, multiple 5 figures per month, a very comfortable lifestyle, nice cars, travel whenever they want, all of that stuff. And not that I don't have those things, but again, when you go to take advice, you want to make sure that that person can walk the talk. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. You want to make sure that they can walk the talk, that they can back up what they're talking about. And the one specific thing that all of these people had in common, and you ready for this? It's going to sound so basic. You're going to be like, oh my God, Daniel, that's it? And it is. They all never quit. All of them. At the specific time that I had these conversations with them, at the time when I met them, at the time when I was learning from them, at the time when I was like, either in, I'm going back here, but I was either in a home or a hotel meeting or, watching them present on stage or whatever it was. At the time, that I was learning from these people, that I was taking influence from these people, all of them had been in the industry, in the business for at least, you ready for this? At least 5+ years. So everybody comment 5+ down below. Comment 5+. Every single one of these people had been in the industry, in the business, working their business for 5+ years. And all of them, every person that I had met that had achieved true success with their home-based business. We're talking multiple 5 figures per month, 15, 20, 30, 40, $100,000 per month. All of them had been in business for at least 5+ years. So I want you guys to think about something. And I know, and I get, and I understand, and I know you get and understand this too. It is super freaking easy to quit. Quitting is so easy. That's why most people do it. I had a guy that signed up Sunday and quit by last night. Literally signed up Sunday, quit by Monday, maybe made it 24 hours. Maybe made it 24 hours. So you have to ask yourself, like, is that the type of person that's going to reach, yes or no? If someone quits within 24 hours, is that the type of person that is going to reach the financial success that they are after? Yes or no? If you're willing to give up and quit within hours of starting, are you the type of person that's going to reach the financial success that you are after? Yes or no? Okay? So I really want you to think about that question. I really want you to think about what I just talked about in the last few minutes here. All the people that I'm willing to take advice from, all the people that have what you want, the lifestyle, the money, the comfort, the ease of finances, all of them have been in the industry for 5+ years. So you have to ask yourself, and now let me get really real with you. Now you have to ask yourself, are you willing to stick? Now, I'm not saying that 5 years is, some people find it in much less time. Some people it takes longer. Some people it takes 7 or 8 years. For me personally, I got started in 2016, the beginning of 2016. I think it was January or February 2016. By mid-2017, so it's by June, I was making 5 figures a month. So it took me a year and a half. Okay? It took me a year and a half. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to stick with it long enough to reach your goal? All of you guys commented goals, 20K a month, 30K a month, 100K a month, 5K a month, whatever it is. All of you have goals. Are you willing to stick with it long enough to hit your goal? So when I look back and I reflect back on those conversations, reflect back on those people that I met, the people that very much influenced my life in a way that I am so grateful for, so grateful to meet those people, so grateful to have those conversations. They influenced my life in a way that I can't even begin to thank them just for crossing paths, because it changed the course of my life. It gave me the outlook. It gave me the determination. It gave me the vision that I can achieve those things as well. If they can do it, why can't I? And it just comes down to mindset, attitude, confidence, and never quitting. So I want you guys to think about what we talked about today. I want you guys to think about all of this, because it will determine whether you guys make it or not. And I want you to think about this, and we'll kind of close out with this right here. Like, Celeste made a great comment in there, like, the time's going to pass anyway. So, yeah, because it's difficult, because it's a little hard, because you have to learn some new things, because you have to get out of your comfort zone. Like, is that really a reason to quit? Is that really a reason to give up on a goal? Is that really a reason to throw in the towel because it's too hard? I don't feel like trying. Are you willing to settle for average? Are you willing to settle for not enough? Are you willing to settle for just having an average, boring life? Go to school, get good grades, go to work, be in debt, maybe take a vacation or two per year, maybe, and just be like everybody else? Is that really why you're here? Is that really what you're seeking in life? Is that really what you want? Or are you willing to do what it takes? And what it takes is what we teach, what we train, what we show, what we encourage, and just doing it long enough until you reach those goals. And as always, you have the option. You have the ability to choose. You have the ability to decide. You can decide to give up and quit because it's easy and everyone else does it. Or you can decide to stick with it and become the 1% to 2%. And the beautiful part is anybody could do it. The only reason why you can't is the excuses that you give yourself. Otherwise, you just got to keep going. That's it. So, as always, guys, appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here. Cheers. Hope this makes sense. Does this make sense, guys? What we're talking about today, does this make sense? Is this valuable? Did you guys get a little insight? Hopefully, drop a comment down below if you did. Plain and simple, guys. Keep moving. Keep pushing. Keep doing what you got to do. Keep moving forward. And, we're here for you every single day. We're going to keep pushing you guys, motivating you guys, showing up for you guys every single day. So let's get out there. Let's go to work. Let's put butts in seats for tonight. Let's get it jacked up. Let's have some fun, and let's close some sales. So that is it. Appreciate you as always. We'll see you guys live tonight. Later.